So these are some of the side effects on Valor. It's the medicine they want me to take for my so-called schizophrenia that I don't have. Um, so, for example, it's for manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 disorder, depressive episodes of bipolar 1 disorder, which is also called bipolar depression and schizophrenia. Valor is typically prescribed as a long-term treatment if you and your doctor determine the drug is doing well for you. So basically, they want me to be on these medications for a very long time. Here are some of the fast facts on Valor. Active ingredient, drug class, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Drug class, atypical antipsychotic. Drug form, oral tablet. They want me to take it like every day in my mouth. So here are some of the common side effects though. Difficulty moving or slowed movements, uncontrolled body movement, tremors, restlessness, sleepiness. Gang stalking not gang stalking, organized harassment goes pretty deep. And basically, like, for example, the first time I took the pills in a while, my hands started shaking. So you got niggas online making fun of me for my hands shaking. It's like, does that look like the peak of, secureness, of confidence, making fun of someone who's getting basically abused and basically just, forcing something into somebody, which is the definition of rape, and you're gonna make fun of them? Is that peak confidence to you? That doesn't, for me, it doesn't look like peak confidence. It looks like a massive insecurity. Tremors, restlessness, and sleepiness. So sometimes I can't sleep at all, or I sleep too much. Like, that's a horrible feeling, to feel like you really need to sleep, but then you just cannot sleep. And then on top of the tremors, and this, keep in mind, this is the more common mild side effects. This isn't the big ones that are really gonna get to you. So you're telling me I'm gonna have tremors, or my hands are shaking, and uncontrollable body movements with all these twitches and spasms. That's fucking wild. And then that's just more common. Now we're getting to the mild. So the mild side effects, which is weight gain, nausea. On the other one, I gained a lot of weight. My doctor lied to me and said this one won't gain you any weight. I'm pretty sure they sneak it in my food, because sometimes I want to eat everything under the sun, but then some days I can't eat at all. And it's like I take 2 bites and I'm already full. But recently I've been feeling like I want to eat everything under the sun for multiple days. So it's in my food. Difficulty moving or slowed movements. Why would you want that? Tremors, restlessness, sleepiness, vomiting. I get nausea and dry heaving, where it feels like I want to vomit all the time. Indigestion and upset stomach, I always go through that. It's funny, the niggas will be like, oh, stop smoking, maybe that's what's causing it. But like, nigga, right here, it literally says this shit gives you indigestion and an upset stomach. It's like, excuse my language, I'm just like mad, but it's like, upset stomach is like, it's not, it has nothing to do with smoking weed. I stopped smoking weed for a solid little minute, and this is like, it doesn't make sense. Constipation, I get that, where I can't go to the bathroom like at all. Like, I literally have to take things to make me go to the bathroom. It's the pills. And fatigue and lack of energy. Some days I cannot do anything at all. Like, seriously, at fucking all. Like, it's just kind of cringe how it's like they're gonna tell you that the right thing to do for society is to like step up to the plate while society's trying to kill you. Why would I care about doing the right thing? That's kind of weird how the noises back there kind of stopped when I stopped talking. But why would I care about doing the right thing when, everyone around me is doing the wrong thing? It's like, I'm not going to do anything right. I don't want to do the right thing. I want to do the right thing for me. Fuck your society. I want to do the right thing for me. But yeah, the cops, they go crazy with the harassment. Yesterday, they were following me a lot. In another video, I'm about to post that. That just reminded me with the sound in the background. It's kind of weird how I stopped talking and then that stopped happening. I'm about to get that posted. No breaks. They don't give me no breaks. You'd think I was like some crazy terrorist or something, the way that they treat me. No breaks at all. So it says these side effects may be temporary, lasting a few days or weeks, but if the side effects last longer than that, bother you, or become severe, be sure to talk with your doctor or pharmacist, so they could tell you that you're making this shit up and put you on, or put you on other drugs to help with the drugs that caused the pain in the first place. Then the other drugs have side effects, which will put you on more drugs, so then you end up taking 15 drugs. No. But it's just very nonsense. Most people that I've seen, and they're basically like what they speak up about their personal experiences, most of these side effects aren't temporary. Most of these side effects last years, decades even. And on top of that, you will not lose weight if you're taking pills. So then another one that has serious side effects on Valor. It says Valor may cause serious side effects. The list below may not include all possible serious side effects of the drug. For more information, you can refer to Valor's medication guide. How are you not going to put all the serious side effects? Isn't that like the biggest thing we should be worried about, is the serious side effects? Like, you see how shady these niggas is. This is why I do not trust these drug companies. Look at how shady they are. Literally, Dave Chappelle literally said they tried putting him on psychotic drugs. He didn't. At first I thought he messed up and said antipsychotic drugs, but no, he said what he had to say, psychotic drugs, because these drugs are supposed to derail your life and make you go insane and crazy. Why most of the people that talk about taking these drugs, they say it doesn't really help them out, but then the few majority of people that it does help out take up most of the space. But then everyone who's screaming, hey, this doesn't help me out, no, they don't get heard. It almost is like they want it to be like that. So neuroleptic, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but syndrome, a serious reaction to certain drugs that requires immediate medical attention. Symptoms may include changes in breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, confusion, very high fever, muscle stiffness, sweating, type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar. Symptoms, when you take the pills, it makes you want to eat sugary, fat shit all the time, bro. Like, I'm telling you. Feeling weak, confused, or tired, needing to urinate more often than usual, feeling very thirsty or very hungry. That's exactly what happens to me. Drop in blood pressure when you raise from sitting or laying down. Symptoms can include falling, feeling lightheaded, blurry vision. Falls due to other side effects such as dizziness or hypertension. Seizures. That's why I said in another video, trying to kill me for seizure later on in life. Symptoms can include uncontrollable muscle spasms, falling, loss of consciousness, followed by confusion. That's why they tied in seizures when I was a kid to seizures now. If the medicine will give you seizures, then why are you giving me medication that gives me seizures years later? That does not make sense. Please tell me. So either two things. Either they're trying to kill me or they're just ignorant. But if I tell you that the medications have bad side effects and you say, don't worry about that, you're making it up, all this other shit, then I'm pretty sure it's the former and they're trying to kill me, not the latter. They're not ignorant. They know what they're doing. Difficulty swallowing, which could cause aspiration, food or liquid entering your airway. That's another way you could die. That is, how many people die by that? A lot. Problems controlling your body temperature, particularly when exercising or in hot weather. Symptoms include heat stroke, hot dry skin. Not sweating when you're hot. That's fucking horrible. Increased levels of and cholesterol. So basically, again, that ties back to diabetes, where it's like you could get diabetes from taking this medicine, and then you have to take more medicine for your diabetes. Uncontrolled body movements. Increased risk of death when used to treat psychosis related to dementia in older adults. Risk of suicidal thoughts and behaviors. But wait, I thought this was supposed to help out suicidal thoughts. So how are you going to tell me that this is happening, going to give you more suicidal thoughts? Think about it. These shit does not add up. So you're telling me you're a schizophrenic person, which is already bad for someone who's really schizophrenic. I'm not, but someone who really is really schizophrenic. And on top of that, you're telling me now you have suicidal thoughts because of the medicine you're taking? That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. That sounds fucking stupid. Why would you take something that's going to give you more suicidal thoughts when you already don't have a proper grasp on life? And that's not to take away from people with schizophrenia, because from what I've seen in society, most of these dumb fucks also don't have a proper grasp on life, and they'd rather take it out on people who say they're mentally ill. but it's really mentally ill people bullying other mentally ill people, because the person who's bullying this person who's schizophrenic has mental illness as well, but their mental illness isn't that bad or deemed by society to be that bad. So then that's why they're all like, oh, haha, you got schizophrenia, when it's like, nigga, look at you. What are you doing? You're bullying people who have mental illnesses. Clearly you don't got it all figured out either. An allergic reaction. But look at how long this is. That is very fucking long, and that's serious side effects, and that's not even all of them too. That's what I'm saying, is like what they're trying to put, not just for me but for other people, this shit is horrible. Valor weight gain, this shit, I gained a shit ton of pounds on this. I gained like 60-70 pounds taking pills. I was 185 and then I ended up being 231 pounds, and I lost most of it, but I swear they're putting shit back in my food because I get really hungry sometimes and I really feel like eating. And it's not like the healthy hungry where you eat a little bit, you're full. No, it's the I eat and then eat and then eat and then eat. People who've been on like type pills, not even just this type of medicine but pills similar to this, will understand what I'm talking about. You just eat, you eat, you eat, you eat. You cannot stop eating. So that is why I'm saying is like what they're doing is nonsense. It's utter and complete fucking nonsense. It's like you're gonna have the same cops drive by me multiple times, a day. Cops will drive by me, they'll put on their sirens just to turn off their sirens, just so they know that I'm being watched. That's why I say this is targeted harassment, and they're using, the psychiatry industry to tie into, to frame me as crazy. If they do the same thing for famous people, same thing for just anybody who speaks up, why wouldn't they do it to me? It's a very effective way to silence people who you've oppressed, who you want to oppress and abuse. Like, I'm not gonna be society's lapdog, kicking bag, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm not gonna be kicked back and be a little sick puppy and then keep on going back, and then getting treated in ways that I don't deserve for nothing. It's like, it's so fucking stupid, bro. When I know I'm worth more than these half-witted fucks in the fucking first place, who like to sit back and call the shots when they can handle a quarter of the fucking shit that I deal with, and they act so superior. But it's like, if you're so superior, then look at your shitty ass life. The fuck is you speaking to me like that, bitch? Take that so-called knowledge, enlightenment that you have that's so superior to mine, and use it to fix your fucking miserable ass life. But nah, they don't do that. Clearly, they use their superior enlightenment to go harass people that they claim are mentally ill, because that's such a productive thing to do with your time, because that clearly shows you got it all figured out. But yeah, some like insomnia, like you, and it says what could you do, is like you can't really do much. If you experience insomnia while taking Valor, talk to your doctor. They may recommend different options. One is treatment for the side effects, such as medication. Is always back to medication this, medication that. Like, I could literally sit here and look at how many of the side effects are going to tell you to take a different type of medication. Suicidal thoughts and behavior. Valor has boxed in warning suicidal thoughts and behavior in children and young adults. But children and young adults are the main one taking this medicine. Like, do you see the agenda? A box warning is the strongest warning and the FDA requires. Oh, wow. I never even knew this. So that's what I'm saying, is like, why am I taking something for suicide? Why am I taking something? I don't even have schizophrenia. Then you're telling me this is like the strongest that they got. Basically, I'm a guinea pig, because this is a new drug and they want me to take it. I don't even have schizophrenia. FDA box warning, alert patients and doctors about potential dangerous side effects. Antidepressants may increase the risk of suicidal thoughts and behaviors in children. Valor is a type of antipsychotic drug, but when Valor is used to treat depressive episodes in bipolar 1 disorder, it may act similar to antidepressants. Valor is not approved for people for use younger than the age of 18. However, whatever your age, I'm kind of out of it right now. That's why I'm like stuttering and messing up these words. Your doctor will. And also, a funny thing too, just a sidebar right now, is like I have dyslexia, and one of my teachers told me, but my parents for all these years didn't tell me I have dyslexia. And I see how I fuck up these words on like papers and shit like that, and I replace like an A with E or whatever the fuck. My parents couldn't tell me, but then a teacher tells me. That's what I'm saying. You see how these niggas treat me in the game. They never cared about me. They never will. They only act like they care about me. So I just shut the fuck up, but then they'll go right back to talking shit later on. Let me turn my car off. Friends and loved ones to monitor you, especially important. So it's again, it's always just going back to taking different medication. This is especially important when you start using the medication. There's always antidepressants. How, like, the game is fucked. How could antidepressants make you more suicidal? Like, bruh, like, it's not even like, I'm just passionate about this because I'm just like, I see how stupid this is. It's like, you're telling someone to take drugs that make them more suicidal when they're already depressed. It's like, clearly you just want them to die. Like, I can't be the only one. It's talking all this suicide prevention talk. It's like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. It's like, why should... Don't you think if you're manufacturing a drug, the first thing you should do for antidepressants is to say, hey, this should make you less suicidal, not more? Even if it's just a 5% risk. I wouldn't want to take any antipsychotics or antidepressants that have a potential chance to give me more suicidal thoughts if I'm already depressed. It's like, it's not going to make sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. That sounds stupid. Stupid. And that's why I'm like, nah, bro. Like, kidney and liver problems, low levels of white blood cells, seizures, allergic reaction, alcohol use with Valor. There are no known reactions between taking Valor and consuming alcohol. However, drinking alcohol may increase your risk for certain side effects of Valor, which such as sleepiness and fatigue, lack of energy. Talk to your doctor. Pregnancy. When to talk to your doctor. But it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. It's like, how are you going to tell someone to take drugs, antidepressants, antipsychotics, that make you more basically depressed? Like, I don't know why you take this type of drugs if you're depressed to be less depressed. That just doesn't make sense. That's like listening to sad music all day when you're in a bad episode in life. It's like, do you really expect not to be sad anymore? Like, it's just going to make you more sad. Like, you could self-loathe a little bit, listen to a sad song or two, but then go do something else. Like, I know it's not easy, but still, it's like, it's better than just making it worse. And that's just making it worse. That's the same with these drugs for most people. You're literally just making it worse. It's like the side effects, they say they may be temporary, but for most people, they say opposite. They say the side effects last for years. Years. Literally years. And then people always just spout the nonsense, therapy this, and talk to your doctor that. It's like, these niggas is in the pocket of big pharma. Like, do you not understand? There's an agenda they're pushing. If people would not just wake up, but if these drugs are really like to help people, when these therapists and most of these doctors, then why are all these people getting sick? It doesn't make sense. It's like, you cannot tell me that I should take drugs that are going to give me more problems. Then what the fuck is the point of taking the drugs in the first place? I might as well just go smoke weed. For some of these drugs, bro, it seems like smoking even crack would be less fucking harmful than taking these drugs. Like, I can't sit here and look at you dead serious in the face and you're telling me to take these drugs to make my situation or life better. When it's like, you got people outly harassing me. How many times do I have evidence on my thing to show that people have been harassing me in real life? I cannot take these niggas serious. And then they think they're like better than you. It's like, the only thing you have over me is you're not getting gang stalked, or not even gang stalked, but targeted harassment, organized harassment. That's the only thing you have over me. But like, we're two sides of the same coin, because you think the higher up niggas like you too. They look at us all and they laugh. It's like, you cannot tell me that they look at you. They'll have more respect for me because at least I can stand up for my shit. They like niggas like that. They do not like niggas like y'all niggas that just follow and proceed to just get bitched around and told what to do. Niggas do this shit for fun. Pathetic. I could look at you. I don't even gotta spit on you because you're already spitting on yourself, bozo. But these niggas is losers, bro. And you're gonna tell me that I'm the loser because I fell in a bad time in life and developed a few bad habits. But then it's like, well, if it's such a big deal, why are the drugs my only way out? Why can't I just get out my own normal way with my own strength? Why do I need to do a crutch on a drug to get me out of the bad habit? It almost seems as if it's just another way to basically just try killing me, which it literally is that, because I showed multiple murder attempts on my thing. And the murder attempts, bro, they're not, everyone's like, oh, but if they really want to kill you, they just use a gun. Are you fucking stupid? Why would they use a gun when they could do it way more easier, way more calm, with way more plausible deniability? Not the solution to everything is not always a gun. These niggas are smart. They're not stupid. They could kill you with many, many means. It doesn't have to be with a fucking gun. But since they know that you're a guaranteed body on them, since they know you're a guaranteed death is going to happen, that's why they like to have fun with it. And they're not gonna just simply kill you. Like, who expects them to just simply kill you? Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. Like, think for like 5 seconds. If everybody that pissed off the government, or if everybody that the government wanted to make money off of, or whatever the fuck that they wanted to kill, let's just put it like that, they shot them all, then it'd be way too obvious. They have to obviously do it in different ways. Like, and Big Pharma isn't just to kill me, it's to kill a lot of people, like, in the masses. I promise you right now, there's someone in this town right now with a mental illness, with schizophrenia or something. They may not be getting the full targeted harassment like me, but their mental illness is fake and they're taking pills for no reason. Either their parents know, or the parents don't even know, and the parents really do care for their kid and think they have schizophrenia or whatever the fuck, depressed, whatever. And, you know, they're basically just feeding Big Pharma's pockets, and they're just trying to kill and thin off the herd, basically. You know, more people means more opposition. These niggas are smart. They know some people are waking up. They don't want people to wake up. If they cared about us so much, look at the shit they put in our food. Look at the shit that they put on our food. Why is everybody fat? Like, think about these things. If they really cared about us, why is everybody fat? Why could people not do basic workouts and they struggle to do push-ups or to go for a light jog or even walk without huffing and puffing crazily? If they really cared about us, you can't be like, there's better ways. Like, the food thing is so true, because think about it, there's better ways to make good tasting food that's not too expensive, that is healthy for you, and it tastes good. That tastes more good than just putting a whole bunch of sugar and fats and salt and just everything. It's not like that. That's not good tasting food. Think about how good food would taste if they prepared it the right way. Even if it did take a little longer, even if it was a little bit more expensive. Solids and water and juice proper healthy juice is way more expensive than sodas and milkshakes and all that unhealthy shit, burgers and all, and fries and fried food. You know, and you can't be like that, because it's like, if they really wanted us to be healthy and they really did care for us, and then set up the infrastructure to make good healthy food in a small amount of time, and to make it cheap too. They have it. We live in 2022. If they could read minds and do all this crazy shit, they could definitely set up the infrastructure to make healthy, cheap, good tasting food. They have the infrastructure. They just don't give a fuck about us. That's why they don't do it. It's not because they could make the infrastructure. If they could do all this crazy shit, tear down all this shit and rebuild, they have an infrastructure to do that shit, to make good tasting food that's not that expensive. They'll rather prioritize the unhealthy shit. That is why I'm saying, is like, look at what they are doing. It doesn't take a fucking genius to see. Because I'm pretty sure at 1.2, unhealthy food was expensive too. That food with a whole bunch of sugars and fat was probably mad expensive too back in the day. Sugar used to be a rare commodity. It used to be super rare to get your hands on sugar. So if they could set up their infrastructure to change that and make it everywhere, I'm pretty sure they could do the same thing too with more healthier food. Big Pharma is trying to kill you. It's all trying to kill you. The food industry, they're all trying to kill us and shorten our lifespans. And they're trying to give us pills to make up for shit. You're depressed, take these pills. They're all just band-aids. Weed and pills are just band-aids for a shitty life that you're living. I understand some people need the pills and they actually go through what they go through, but most people, or a decent amount, do not need these medications. And they're getting propped up on it and they do not need it. And all they have to do is take something else, either more natural help, or maybe they do need the medication and they don't have to be on it for fucking years and it's short term. So that's what I'm saying, is like, it's literally nonsense. Like, what they're doing is absolutely nonsense. And if you don't believe me, look at the Oxycontin shit that happened in the early 2000s. They're giving people Oxycontin for like small ass things, like small cuts and breaking their leg, or being depressed, or like just minor injuries. It's like, why are you giving someone such an addictive drug for that? You know how many people died from that? Millions of people. And people still haven't woken up. It's very sad. But then they say I'm the idiot. It's like, what? Like, I'm pretty sure if you put a magnifying glass over anyone's life, they're gonna look stupid. If you look at every detail, you can read their thoughts and everything. Literally anybody is going to fucking look stupid and inconsistent. Everybody is inconsistent because everybody is stupid and inconsistent, including me. I'm not above anybody else in that type of regard. Everybody has their stupid moments. Everyone is inconsistent as well. Nobody can see. If someone was properly consistent, like properly consistent, they wouldn't even just be a billionaire. They just have it all together. They'd have everything they fucking need. Nobody is that consistent. Like, the type of consistency you'd have to not look stupid in this type of program is God level consistency. And I'm not a God, so I do not have that type of consistency. But that's just a little sidebar. But back to the beginning, these pills are fucking horrible. Do not, like, don't buy into the hype. We have a government that'll take a plane down to kill one person. Do you really think they give a fuck about our interest?
This is back where I was talking to with the police harassment too. Like, I just recorded the video that I was talking about. Tell me that's a cop right there though. You can see it. That's a whole cop. That is literally a cop on the other side of the road. And look where I'm at. He's literally just there to watch me. I'm not gonna go too close because I'd be dumb, but like, come on. Like, I just recorded a video talking about this shit and then a cop pulls up. Like, that's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. But yeah. It is sick what they do, really. They're always watching me. Like, no matter where I go, I'm getting watched. That's why I'm like, there's really like no way out, at least in Maryland or around this area, because that's a cop. That's a Charger. I know my cars. It's a Charger, and you can see the thing on the side. What normal car has that? He's looking at me right now too. That's a cop.